We are back. We are back. This is the part where I would normally yap and have some cool sound designs and effects. We don't got time for none of that, okay? The NBA Finals are here. They're coming soon. I'm recording this video within 2 hours of tip-off. Just got off work, but I'm happy to say that we're back. Had a great DreamCon trip, all of that. I'll probably talk about that in another video. But without further ado, let's get to my NBA Finals predictions. We have the Oklahoma City Thunder facing off against the Indiana Pacers. For me, for all my basketball enjoyers, not the people who are rage baiting on Twitter saying, this is the worst finals we've ever seen. No, for the real trench hoop watchers, okay? For the basketball sickos, this is the NBA Finals we were looking for. We finally get a chance to see in the NBA Finals the best playoff offense versus the best playoff defense. And then we see who the last man standing is. I can't lie to you. OKC is heavily favored, and rightfully so. There's a lot to get into when it comes down to the X's and O's of the series. But I just want to say I'm excited for the NBA Finals. I hope you guys are too. And if you're excited like I am, make sure to tap in tonight to the stream. That's right. I stream these games on a site called Playback. You can watch the games with me in real time. We can see Aaron Nesmith going a crazy fourth quarter here to steal game one, or we can see Shea hitting some clutch time baskets to close out the Pacers. Tap in tonight on Playback, playback.tv/giftedhoops. We will be watching it. The link will be in the comments and the description. But back to the video. The Indiana Pacers had quite a run to the NBA Finals, if I can recall correctly. I remember in the first round, a lot of people felt like the star power of Giannis and with Dame maybe coming back, they could beat the Pacers. I was saying all year long, the Pacers have been the better team for the majority of the season, especially post All-Star break, seeing their defense and Tyrese Halliburton's play elevate. It made me think they would beat the Bucks. They did that. They then go on into the second round against a Cleveland Cavalier team that, yes, was not healthy. I can agree with that. But in the series, if you watch the games, the Pacers just looked like a much better team. Their offense had a lot more zip and juice to it. And I genuinely had the Pacers beating the Cavs before the series had started, even though the Cavs had a very dominant regular season. So to me, you play who's in front of you. What kills me about the discourse of these types of talks is that many teams that go to a NBA Finals play against other teams that have critical players that get hurt or injured. You want to know why that happens? Because it's unfortunate. No one can control injury. And more than anything, that is the test of the playoffs. Beyond how good you are as a team, beyond how consistent you are as a team, at the end of the day, you have to have your best players ready and healthy to play. It's a battle of attrition as well. As a Warriors fan, they've had a lot of success at being healthy, but also they play some other teams that have not been healthy. Just like in the NBA Finals against the Raptors when KD went down and we lost, that was what it was. It happens to everyone. That is a test of playoff hoops. Regardless of that, the level that I saw the Pacers play at offensively, they just did so many positive things during their entire run to the NBA Finals that to me, it feels so weird to tax them based on health, because what we did see was them play a healthy Knicks team, and what happened? They dominated the New York Knicks, their pace, their depth, the tone that they set defensively, the way that they were able to get after it in spots when it mattered, their shot making at high clips and high levels, being down such a big margin in game one, but coming back to still win the game. They show the type of team that they are. They outclassed them, and they are a team that is worthy of a NBA Finals berth this season. Shout out to the Pacers. But they do have a tough opponent ahead of them that is more favored than them in the series in OKC, and we got to go through their path. The Oklahoma City Thunder are a team that was a absolutely dominant and flat-out historic team in the regular season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander won league MVP. The Thunder have the second highest net rating of all time in NBA history. Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams and Alex Caruso and some other key rotational players missed time in the season. They still won 70 games. And the entire season, I kept saying, OKC legitimate. OKC is real. They are a team that should be feared. And what we kept having to hear from ESPN and the Moore twins is, oh, well, we don't really believe in OKC. They're young. They don't have experience. OKC's in the finals. They sweep Memphis in the first round. Obviously, the job meme of, damn, I was just starting to really figure them out is a thing. They played Denver. I can't lie to you. Denver was a competitive series. The Thunder could have lost that series. It was possible. I always said that the size matchup with how Denver plays could give OKC some trouble. But more importantly, this is the Jalen Williams series for me. Because the only reason why people really questioned OKC was they didn't believe in Jalen Williams. They didn't believe that OKC could rally behind their lack of playoff experience and still win against teams that had more experience. And what we saw was they had to overcome those demons. Again, losing game one in terrible, terrible fashion where you foul up 3, you miss both free throws, and you give up a Aaron Gordon game winner in game 1. That was bad. But I think going through those trials and tribulations is a part of that experience that they had to build up to become a really good team. And still, when you watch the series, OKC just looked like a better team for most of the time anyway. They just had more talent, they had more depth, and they were the more durable team as the series progressed. I mean, granted, they didn't know how to beat a zone for a good chunk of the series. They kept trying to go from the top of the zone instead of picking other parts of it to dissect, which is why the series went 7, in my opinion. But hey, they figured it out. And then we get to the conference finals where a lot of people were upset and felt like they got lucky versus Denver and they weren't really that good of a team. Then they beat that team in 5 games, where some people are generally having Anthony Edwards versus Shea conversation in 2025. Shout out to them people. But Shea dominates. Looks like an MVP fully in that series. And now they're in the NBA Finals, headed off against the Pacers. I love this matchup because, like I said earlier, this comes down to the best playoff defense versus the best playoff offense. And OKC's defense has been the thing that they have relied upon this entire season. They turn you over. They go after every loose ball. They foul you. And they play aggressive as much as possible because they know they have the depth and the pieces to withstand it. And more importantly, it feeds directly into their offense. They love running that type of pace. Meanwhile, the Pacers are a team that loves to run as well and spread you out where everyone can shoot 1 through 5. Everyone is touching the basketball, being involved in the offense. And more importantly, they're led by Tyrese Haliburton, who makes great decisions, is one of the best processors this sport has ever seen, and doesn't turn the ball over, despite making such high leverage, risky plays in speed. So for me, this is a unstoppable force meets a immovable object. Which one is going to fold? We have to see how this series plays out. Now, if you're asking me, I've been consistent. Since preseason, I had the Oklahoma City Thunder going to the finals and winning this year. I just felt like the depth that they had, how good they were to me, they were a lock to be the #1 seed. I think they still win this series. But the amount of people that are just completely counting the Pacers out, I can't really go with that considering that their ceiling offensively, they've done some really wicked black magic stuff in these playoffs. And I don't think that just because OKC has a great defense, OKC is immune to having those moments where the Pacers offense gets the better of them. As far as game 1 is concerned, a lot of things can happen. We've seen both teams go out there and surprise in game 1s. We saw OKC absolutely fumble their game 1. We also saw the Pacers come back from down almost 1,000 by the Knicks in game 1 and have some clutch miracle performances. I'm leaning Pacers in game 1. I think game 1 is a game that they can steal. I think game 2 is an automatic blowout for Oklahoma City. I think one of these home games is going to for sure be a blowout by Oklahoma. I think they're way too good at home. They're going to blow them out at least one of these games. I think the other game can be put in question for the Pacers to steal. They've been good on the road decently, even though they are a better home team than road team. But I think the Pacers legitimately steal one of these games. I have OKC in 6. So I still have them being the outright better team, but I really feel like the Pacers can get a game on the road against Oklahoma City. And maybe not, right? Maybe like the defense that we've seen OKC play is just overwhelming and it's too much. But my intuition is telling me the Pacers are going to get a game on the road and split. I do believe that. But that's the video for today. More in-depth videos are coming back on the channel. Again, we just came back from DreamCon, so I'm working myself back into video shape. I also got a brand new PC and a brand new set. It's just a lot of things that I'm upgrading, so it's gonna take me some time, but we are back. Make sure to spam up in the comments who you got winning this series, and more importantly, who you have winning game one. Again, we'll be live streaming game one within the next 30 minutes or so if you are a fresh first-time viewer. So make sure to tap in. But have a good one. Love y'all. Salute. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.